Indian High Commissioner to Pakistan Ajay Bisaria and other Indian diplomats will not be attending the Pakistan National Day events in Islamabad tomorrow. Already, India has decided to boycott the Pakistan National Day celebrations being held in New Delhi as we speak. Here's the Indian Foreign Ministry spokesperson responding to a question posed from WION World is One.
We all know the Pakistan National Day is being celebrated today. There is a reception. Hurriyat has been invited. India is boycotting. But do you think that Pakistan doesn't plan to change its ways when it comes to inviting Hurriyat leaders? Because just a few months ago, the Pakistani foreign minister called Mir Wise, and then it's still continuing.
I can confirm that India has decided not to send any representative to attend the Pakistan National Day. I understand the reception is taking place today. This decision was taken after the Pakistan High Commission decided to invite the Hurriyat representatives to the reception. You are aware about our reaction in the past, I think most recently in February, on this matter. I think we are very clear that any attempt by the Pakistani High Commission or by the Pakistani leadership to engage with the Hurriyat representatives will not be taken lightly, and this is what we have said in the past as well.
This comes after Pakistan High Commission invited leaders of the Hurriyat, a Kashmiri separatist group, to the event. Meanwhile, the Hurriyat has decided not to send any representative for the Pakistan National Day. The decision comes in the wake of the Indian government's decision to arrest and detain Hurriyat leaders who attend the event. India has taken a strong stance against Pakistan's outreach to the Hurriyat. In January this year, India summoned Pakistani High Commissioner to India, Sohail Mahmood, after Pakistan Foreign Minister Shah Mahmood Qureshi spoke to Hurriyat leader Mirwais Omar Farooq. Remember, the development comes in the backdrop of the Pulwama terror attack on the 14th of February, the responsibility for which was claimed by Pakistan-based terror outfit Jaish-e-Mohammed. The Pakistan National Day on the 23rd of March, that's tomorrow, is the day when the Muslim League passed the Lahore Resolution in 1940, calling for the formation of Pakistan. Pakistan adopted its constitution on the same day. The Indian government has banned the separatist group called Jammu and Kashmir Liberation Front, or JKLF, which is led by Yasin Malik. The group has been banned for anti-India activities. Its chief, Yasin Malik, is under arrest and is lodged at Jammu's Court Balwal jail. This is the second organization in Jammu and Kashmir to be banned this month after the Jamaat-e-Islami Jammu and Kashmir.
The organization which has been declared unlawful today, that is the Jammu and Kashmir Liberation Front, led by Muhammad Yasin Malik, has spearheaded the separatist ideology in the valley, and it has been at the forefront of separatist activities and violence since 1988. Murders of Kashmiri Pandits by JKLF in 1989 had triggered their exodus from the valley. And Muhammad Yasin Malik was the mastermind behind the purging of Kashmiri Pandits from the Kashmir Valley and was responsible for their genocide.
So India has begun a massive crackdown on terror financing. Enforcement Directorate sources are telling WION World is One that the Pakistani High Commission in New Delhi is involved in terror financing. The Enforcement Directorate has identified 13 individuals or entities who have been providing funds for terror groups. Their properties are being seized by the government. One of the individuals has been identified as Zahur Ahmad Shah Watali. Watali is presently lodged in Tihar jail in New Delhi. He is the major player for funneling terror finances in India. The ED has managed to gather incriminating evidence against Watali, which clearly shows that he has been receiving money from Hafiz Saeed, Syed Salahuddin, the ISI and the Pakistan High Commission in New Delhi. Moving on, 5 terrorists have been gunned down in 4 separate encounters in the last 24 hours in Jammu and Kashmir. The operations are on in 4 locations in the Kashmir Valley: Shopian, Baramulla, Bandipora and Sopore. The Lashkar-e-Taiba terrorists were killed in a fierce gunfight with the Indian security forces in Bandipora district. One of the terrorists killed in the encounter was identified as Pakistan-based LET commander Ali Bhai. Earlier, 2 civilians were held hostage by the terrorists. The security forces managed to rescue one of the 2 civilians, but a minor was killed. On Thursday, security forces launched a search operation in the area following information about the presence of the terrorists. The operation has reached its last stage. Another encounter broke out in Shopian, where gunfire is being exchanged between the terrorists and the security forces. According to sources, 1 terrorist has been killed in the encounter. A joint search and cordon operation by the Indian Army, Paramilitary and Special Operations Group is underway. In a 3rd encounter in Baramulla, 2 terrorists have been eliminated by the security forces. Meanwhile, 1 army officer and 2 soldiers were injured in the ongoing encounter. The 4th encounter is underway in Sopore district of South Kashmir. 1 terrorist is believed to be trapped in the encounter. Search operations are continuing. Now, Pakistan-based terrorists killed a 12-year-old boy after holding him as a hostage in Hajin area of North Kashmir. This despite desperate appeals from his family to release him. Here's a report.
The brutal face of Pakistan-sponsored terrorism in the valley. 12-year-old Atif brutally killed by Pakistani terrorists. Another young boy falling to terror in the Himalayan state. For hours after the security forces zeroed in on them, the terrorists kept him and his relative hostage at their house in Hajin area of Bandipora district in North Kashmir. Listen to this father's desperate plea, calling terrorism as madness. With the assistance of community members, his relative managed to escape. The forces had launched a cordon and search operation in the area, following inputs about the presence of 2 Lashkar-e-Taiba terrorists. The charred body of Atif, a student of 5th grade, was recovered from the debris of the house. The bodies of 2 Pakistani terrorists were also recovered from the debris. Police has identified them as Ali and Hubayb, both residents of Pakistan. The duo were involved in several terror crimes.
The minor boy was being held hostage by the Ali. So he didn't allow boy to get out, boy to get released, and he basically killed the boy before our team stormed the building.
The incident is being condemned by people in the state, and it also indicates the frustration of Pakistan-sponsored terrorists after the success of anti-terror operations by the security forces. Bureau Report, WION, World is One.
By moving on, incorrect political statements seem to have become a bane for the Congress party. In the wake of tensions between Pakistan and India, Congress President Rahul Gandhi's close aide Sam Pitroda's statement on Pakistan has given the BJP fresh ammunition to target the Congress party ahead of the Indian election. Within minutes, Prime Minister Narendra Modi responded on Twitter and called Pitroda's statement insensitive. Now, Sam Pitroda had said that a Pulwama-type attack happens all the time. He said that even Mumbai was attacked, but sending planes right across the border is not the right approach. He said, and I quote, 8 people come, but it does not mean that we jump on the entire nation, unquote.
I don't know enough about the attacks, okay? Attacks happen all the time. Attack happened during, what was this, Mumbai, Taj Hotel and Oberoi Hotel, okay? I mean, we could have then reacted and just send our planes, but that's not the right approach, according to me. That's not how you deal with world, okay? Because 8 people come and do something, you don't jump on the entire nation. It doesn't work that way, okay? It's naive to assume that just because some people came here and attacked, every citizen of that nation is to be blamed.
No,
I don't believe that way.
our government has attacked the Jaish-e-Mohammed camp. What they say?
Well, I would like to know a little more, because I have read in New York Times and other newspapers, what did we really attack? Did we really kill 300 people? I don't know that. As a citizen, I am entitled to know. And if I ask, it is my duty to ask.
Similar statements previously by Congress leaders allowed the BJP to corner them politically. The best example is the Chaiwala comment made by Mani Shankar Iyer in 2014. Subsequently, his niche politics comment also led to a lot of brickbats for the Congress party. The success of Balakot strike was questioned by the opposition, which subsequently became a part of intense political debate. Now, in 2007, Sonia Gandhi's barb against Narendra Modi boomeranged terribly when she called him Maut Ka Saudagar. In response, Prime Minister Narendra Modi hit out at the gaffe by Sam Pitroda, retweeting the statement made by Sam Pitroda, who questioned Modi's approach after the Pulwama terror attack. Prime Minister Modi tweeted, and I quote, "Opposition insults our forces time and again. I appeal to my fellow Indians, question opposition leaders on their statements. Tell them 130 crore Indians will not forgive or forget the opposition for their antics. India stands firmly with our forces," unquote. Now, Federal Minister Arun Jaitley said that Pitroda was backing Pakistan's false claims.
अब आज का ये बयान श्री सैम पित्रोदा का ये दिखलाता है कि उनका मानना यह है कि ये गलत किया हमने। ये तो दुनिया के किसी देश ने नहीं कहा, और किसी ने अगर कहा, ये तो ऑर्गेनाइजेशन ऑफ इस्लामिक नेशंस ने भी नहीं कहा, कंट्रीज ने नहीं कहा, केवल ये पाकिस्तान ने कहा। और उस लाइन को सपोर्ट करने वाले इस देश में आ जाएं और इस देश में एक राजनीतिक दल के आइडियोलॉग हों, तो इस देश का दुर्भाग्य है।
Prime Minister Modi hit out further at the Congress and again, I quote, "The most trusted advisor and guide of the Congress president has kick-started the Pakistan National Day celebrations on behalf of the Congress, ironically by demeaning India's armed forces. Shame," unquote. Now listen to Pitroda's revised statement after Prime Minister Modi responded to him.
What is the problem in raising a question? I don't understand the confusion. I don't understand why everybody is so excited. As a citizen in democracy, discussion, dialogue, debate, discourse is a way of life. Okay? And what's the problem? And I want to know what are the facts. That's all. I don't understand what is the controversy. I am baffled at the response. Okay, it shows me how people react to trivial matters in India.
US President Donald Trump has announced that it is time to back Israeli sovereignty over the Golan Heights, making US the first country to do so. Now, Golan Heights is a plateau along the north of Israel's border with Syria that Israel had seized in 1967. Trump's announcement marks a dramatic shift in the US policy and might give a major boost to Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu in the middle of his re-election campaign, which is mired in corruption allegations. The decision also comes days before Netanyahu's visit to Washington. Netanyahu welcomed the move by Trump, saying that he has created history.
President Trump has just made history. I called him. I thanked him on behalf of the people of Israel. He did it again. First, he recognized Jerusalem as Israel's capital and moved the U.S. embassy here. Then he pulled out of the disastrous Iran treaty and reimposed sanctions. But now he did something of equal historic importance. He recognized Israel's sovereignty over the Golan Heights. And he did so at a time when Iran is trying to use Syria as a platform to attack and destroy Israel. And the message that President Trump has given the world is that America stands by Israel. We're celebrating Purim when 2,500 years ago, other Persians, led by Haman, tried to destroy the Jewish people. They fell then. And today, 2,500 years later, again, Persians led by Khomeini are trying to destroy the Jewish people and the Jewish state. They're going to fail again. We are deeply grateful for the U.S. support. We're deeply grateful for the unbelievable and unmatchable support for our security and our right to defend ourselves, and everything that you do on behalf of Israel and for the state of Israel in so many forms.
But the latest position taken by the U.S. is controversial because Israel's annexation of Golan Heights is not recognized by the international community. Trump's move greatly compromises a couple of standing international laws, such as the UN Security Council Resolution 242 or the Land for Peace Resolution, which has been in place since the end of the Six-Day War of 1967. The resolution affirms that regional countries cannot take land from others. The US's latest move also undermines the UN Security Council Resolution 497 that notes that acquisition of territory by force is inadmissible. But Trump's decision might boost Netanyahu's chances of victory in a really tough election on the 9th of April. Netanyahu may probably be indicted on corruption charges by Israel's Attorney General. But the latest shift in the policy stance of the US is also being seen as Trump coming to the rescue of his friend. Trump has already been called out by Syria and Turkey. Damascus condemned the US move. Syria vowed to use all available means to recover the Golan Heights. Turkey's President Recep Tayyip Erdogan criticized the move too. He said that Trump's decision to recognize Israel's sovereignty over Golan Heights has brought the region to the edge of a new crisis.
Son olarak dün Amerika Başkanı Trump'ın Golan Tepeleri ile ilgili talihsiz açıklaması bölgeyi yeni bir krizin, yeni bir gerilimin eşiğine getirmiştir. Türkiye'nin ve İslam İşbirliği Teşkilatı'nın böyle hassas bir meselede sessiz kalması, emrivakilere boyun eğmesi düşünülemez. Golan Tepelerinin işgalinin meşrulaştırılmasına asla izin veremeyiz.
Syria's ally Russia has said that US recognition of Golan Heights would go against the United Nations stand on the issue.
Сама по себе такая идея никоим образом не способствует целям и задачам ближневосточного урегулирования, скорее наоборот. И в данном случае, конечно, пока это только некий призыв. Будем надеяться, что призывом это и останется.
Now, Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu has been pressing the U.S. to recognize Israel's sovereignty over the Golan Heights for some time now. In fact, Netanyahu had raised the issue in his first meeting with Trump in 2017. The area is considered disputed after Israel occupied it in the 1967 war. The country officially annexed Golan Heights in 1981. The annexation of the region by Israel is not recognized by the global community, which would rather have Israel and Syria determine the status of the region by having further negotiations. But attempts to bring Israel and Syria to the table on the issue have failed. Syria demands the return of Golan Heights. But why does Israel want Golan Heights? The short answer is security. Israel wants Golan Heights as a buffer zone between its border towns and Syria on the other side. Israel also wants security from Iran. Israel fears that Iran, an ally of Syrian President Bashar al-Assad, will establish itself permanently on the Syrian side of the border to launch attacks on Israel. Both sides also want Golan's water resources and fertile soil. Now, more than 40,000 people live on the Israeli-occupied Golan, out of which more than half are Druze civilians. The Druze are an Arab minority that have been loyal to the Assad regime. After annexing the Golan, Israel gave the Druze the option of Israeli citizenship, which was rejected by the Druze, and they still identify themselves as Syrians.